Welcome back another episode of NBA 2K12. And now, after we break off on Friday, however, I guess Friday because the upload is very so slow once again. And now, coming up next, we're heading to the Portland, Oregon, well, part of doubleheader for you. It's the first matchup of the day. We're heading to Rose Garden in Portland. It's the only appearance for Portland Trail Blazers to take on the Milwaukee Bucks. That's the two teams there last season because I've only appeared with Damian Lillard this game so far. For this game, the Bucks are gonna use the red and the Blazers use the Rip City. And that'll do it for now. This is Andre Genshino, the first part of the doubleheader for you. And Rose started to send it over to Kenneth Harlan in Portland. Take it away and enjoy for the Bucks and Trailblazers. Let's get started. As Brennan Ryan Gray Alden, good matchup is going to be only appearance for the Trailblazers in 2025. Enjoy!
Welcome to NBA basketball. This is 2K Sports bringing it to you live. It's a Saturday presentation of the NBA. It'll be Stephen Jackson and the Milwaukee Bucks facing off against LaMarcus Aldridge and the Portland Trailblazers. Let's send things over to Kevin Harlan, who's in Portland for today's broadcast.
We have an interconference affair lined up for you today as the Milwaukee Bucks come in for this one. Welcome to the Rose Garden of Portland Trailblazers and a great venue for basketball. Kevin Harlan here alongside Clark Kellogg and Steve Kerr. 2K Sports welcomes you to our coverage of the NBA. Now, the starting group for the Milwaukee Bucks. Drew Gooden and Andrew Bogut, they're inside. Stephen Jackson is out there with Jennings. And it's Red in at the small forward position. And for Portland, Aldridge at the 4 and Oden at the 5. Roy out there with Crawford. And it's Wallace in at the 3 spot.
Well, the Bucks had all kinds of problems last year, and they really didn't do a good job against the Western Conference. In fact, they failed to even reach double-digit wins against Western Conference opponents. Man, he has to play him one way, and he'll just go the other.
Outside Jackson. Roy against Jennings. Gooden up top. Good ball movement. 6 to shoot. Here's Jackson. Using his post move to get the 2 points. Back to that point Steve was making with the Bucks in the West. Western teams have no problem scoring.
Well, it starts with, one, the talent that's out in the Western Conference across the board and in style of play. The Bucks, on the other hand, had all sorts of problems putting up points. And it just made for a bad combination. Playing and trying to beat the West and not being able to score, that's a recipe for not being successful.
Doris Burke has some information for us. Doris?
Earlier I spoke with Scott's guy. He said his team is going to try to limit the amount of second chance points they give up. I asked if he had anything specific in mind, and he told me it has to be a team effort in this one. Everyone has to box out, from the guards to the big fellas. Gentlemen?
Much appreciated, Doris. Thank you. So, Clark, what does that mean if your man is doing a better job cleaning the paint?
Kevin, that basically means you're being out-positioned and out-physicaled and out-hustled, period. A few things you know you're going to get with a Scott Skiles coach team. Tough defense, tough-mindedness, fundamentals are going to be demanded. That was a formula that worked for the Bucks in their playoff run in 2010, but they need to find some offense now. 4 straight makes out of the gate, that's a sweet start.
Roy kicks to Wallace. There's the triple. The shot's good. Roy making the play. Roy's got 3 assists now in this one. The Styles, unfortunately, last year they were just okay in those areas. But, Steve, they just had a horrible offense.
They were very good defensively, Kevin, but they just could not score. And I think that's the big challenge this year for the Bucks if they're going to get back into the playoffs. They've got to find a way to get easy baskets offensively.
And Jackson gets it to go.
What an impressive start here. 4 straight hoops for him.
That very well could mean, Steve, that he's on his way for a big game.
I'm not sure what they're thinking offensively. Poor decision on that pass.
Here's Roy. He has 5. And Jennings picks him up defensively. Easy shot. That's good from Wallace, and the assist by Roy. Wallace has got his second basket of the night.
Yeah, they're finding the open man. Unselfish play. I like it.
Yeah, I love it too. Teamwork in evidence there, right on full display. A big percentage, a high percentage of their basket that come off assists. Well, you take a look at LaMarcus Aldridge at the offensive end, guys. Versatile scorer in the paint, the jump hook, the jumper, can score with either hand. Oh, he's tough to deal with.
Well, the thing about Aldridge, Steve, with his length and his soft touch, he can get his shot wherever and whenever he wants.
Yeah, he sure can. And, you know, I think the biggest thing for Aldridge is he's now made that step, that next step offensively. And now it's up to him to improve his defense. Because if he can be a more consistent defender down on the block for Portland, now you're talking about an all-star complete player.
Gets it to go.
You got to wonder about the effort defensively. They did not get back there.
Yeah, you know what? A beautiful finish one way or the other, though.
Takes it up in the step.
They didn't try to get too cute on that. You just simply threw it down.
Still those two makes a great handle, doesn't he?
Yeah, well, anytime he dunks the ball, it's pretty to watch because he is athletic.
Now here's Jennings. Now Felton defending. Douglas Roberts dishes to Bogut. And the layup's good off the glass. Bogut's got his first basket of the night.
Right out of the gate, just filling it up.
Both teams are, guys. I mean, points coming fast and furious. Look, guys, I mean, the Blazers eliminated from the playoffs by the Dallas Mavericks in the first round last season. The Blazers had their moments in that series, though, most memorably a huge 23-point comeback in Game 4, led by the brilliance of Brandon Roy. But in the end, they just did not have enough to handle Dallas.
Stephen, that Portland-Dallas series, superior outside shooting, the difference for the Mavs.
Yeah, I agree, Kevin. The Mavs shot 38% from the three-point line in that series. Portland just 30%. And because of the lack of shooting for the Blazers, it's much easier to defend them. You can really pack the lane and take away driving lanes.
Jennings knocks it loose, out of bounds. And they'll keep possession. Poked away, stolen by Jackson. Taken away by Felton. Here's the break. Got a piece of it. Wallace against Red. Wallace the pass to Batum. And again, it's the Trailblazers from deep.
They're clicking offensively. Nice rhythm and out strong.
Shooting an excellent percentage. That's why they've got the lead.
We've got a 9-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. Gets it to go.
Beautiful pass there.
Trailblazers leading by 5. And here's the fast break. Outside for Jackson. Goes up from the top of the key. And it's another Milwaukee shot right there going in. Here is Felton. Looking for his first bucket of the game. That will count. The first quarter all wrapped up, and it's been an exciting game so far. Trailblazers out in front, leading by 3.
It was pretty impressive the way they moved the ball, made the extra pass, and found open shooters that whole quarter.
Yeah, it's been a complete team effort out there. Great to watch.
More great action when we return. And we got a close game here as we get back to the second quarter.
Well, it doesn't seem like it was that long ago that Nate McMillan was playing in the NBA, but he's quickly become one of the best coaches in the league as well. Year after year, he finds a way to get his team into the playoffs.
On the court for Milwaukee here in the second, Drew Gooden and Andrew Bogut there inside. Bill Boykins out there with Carlos Delfino, and it's Red in at the 3, the small forward. And a chance here to catch up with the fourth member of our crew, Doris Burke. Hi, Doris.
Hi, Kevin. Raymond Felton has been gaining awareness around the league for what he brings to the table. And we've seen him change addresses more than once over the last year as different teams have looked to acquire him. Felton said, "You might say I'm fast off the dribble. I can get in the paint. I'm a tenacious defender. everywhere I go. Guys, you'll love that leadership from the lead guard.
It certainly is. Thank you, Doris.
Yeah, I agree. And you saw his fingerprints really on two different teams last year. He did a great job for the Knicks before the Carmelo trade. Then came over to Denver. He helped lead that young team to the playoffs.
Delfino, good. And with Coach McMillan, that goes back, Clark, to last year when they fought through some major injuries. Steve, I thought he did a magnificent coaching job with the Blazers.
No question. With the injuries to Odin and Roy, I mean, you would expect that team wouldn't even make it to the playoffs. But they finished with the 6th seed, and they played hard all season long. They defended, they competed, and they gave Dallas a pretty tough first-round series.
A different look for Milwaukee. Ilya Silva, he's checked in for Bogut. And Bahamute comes in for Drew Gooden. And Steven Jackson is subbed in for Carlos Delfino. Here is Boykins. Still looking to get on the scoreboard. He's picked up by Roy. Fires, high post. And it's another Milwaukee shot right there going in.
Well, you've got to get the ball out of his hands, bring an extra defender, and force somebody else to beat you.
I agree with you. Make him give it up.
Now, here's Roy. 10 points for him. That shot wide open. And the Trailblazers lead by 6.
You know, the turnaround jumper, guys, is one of those shots that always just looks so good. I mean, it's got that nice, smooth, singular motion. Sweet.
Shoots from the elbow. That's good on the jump shot.
Guys, you're not going to get away with that kind of defense when he's got the ball. I mean, you got to do better than that.
And, you know, guys, last season, the expectations for Milwaukee were really high. But they just couldn't live up to those hopes. They won only 13 games away from home all year. And when you can't win on the road, you can't really be a successful NBA team.
There's a good screen. Here's Jackson. That drops, and it comes off the assist from Boykins. Jackson's got 4 points now in the quarter. Back to the bench. And it's like you do play well on the road if you want to make the playoffs.
Yeah, that's a must. I mean, you got to be really solid and good at home and then respectable on the road. And the Bucks only won a third of its road games, and that's a definite way to be watching the playoffs.
Steve just said 13 wins. That's hard to believe, but that's what they got. So they're going to have to improve on that.
And all these turnovers have left their defense really vulnerable.
Yeah, no time to get set, Steve. They've given up a lot of buckets that way.
That drops, and it comes off the assist from Boykins. Boykins has got 3 assists tonight.
There he goes. He didn't get a 3 in the first, but starting to look for it here.
So timeout call here, the first for Portland.
I'll tell you what, we've talked about it a number of times, but the issue for the Blazers the last few seasons has been that of health. I mean, the injuries. They've been seriously hamstrung by significant injuries to their star players. Fortunately, they have a deep team, but they sure have needed it.
Here's what Portland's going with right now. Marcus Camby. He's checked in for Odin. Aldridge comes in for Nicholas Batum. Terrell Wallace. He's checked in for Wesley Matthews. That's Felton in for Jamal Crawford. Here's Jennings. Brandon Roy making his last shot. Wallace outside. Lifts up. And there's Camby. That's good on the assist by Wallace. And it's an 8-point Trailblazer lead. Hey, look at the Blazers, Clark. Last season, LaMarcus Aldridge emerged as an all-star caliber player and a leader. Yeah. You know, but still, Steve, a first-round exit. What do they have to do to take the next step?
The key, Kevin, is what happens with Brandon Roy. Is he going to return to form as an all-star player, or will the injuries continue to bother him? I think also Portland needs to improve its outside shooting. They could use another front court player. But we'll see what happens. But this is a very strong organization, a lot of great history.
Let's go now to the sideline and catch up with Doris Burke. Hey, Doris.
Hey, Kevin. Well, last season, the Blazers had to deal with a lot of injuries to Greg Oden, Brandon Roy, and others, all missing significant time. Brandon Roy's absence was most significant because they would play through him on the offensive end because he could create so much for other guys around him. But the one big surprise, Wesley Matthews, the acquisition in the offseason, stepped up on the offensive end and helped to fill that void. Guys, back to you.
All right, Doris.
You know, you have to credit Matthews for helping the Blazers get through last season. I mean, he was a huge factor for him.
Looking at who's out there now for the Bucks. Michael Reds checked in for Mbama. And Chris Douglas-Roberts subbed in for Steven Jackson. Here's Jennings. 9 points in the game so far. He's covered by Felton. Jennings working against Felton. And Douglas-Roberts kicks the Bogut. It's taken away by Wallace.
And look at how quickly he got his hands in the way of that pass.
Brandon Roy having a fantastic game. He's got 16 points and also 3 nice steals. Boy, he was locked in that whole half.
Well, we'll see how much energy he expended in that first half and what he brings to the table the rest of the night.
Trailblazers lead by 5.
It's Saturday. Everyone's favorite day of the week. Let's do it right with HP at the half. Portland with the lead against Milwaukee. Some outstanding minutes for...
It's been a back-and-forth game so far with no ground given through the first half. Third quarter starting here now. Aldridge at the 4 and Oden at the 5. Crawford out there with Brandon Roy. And it's Wallace in at the 3. That's the group on the floor for Portland. From 20 feet out, Jennings with the bucket. Jennings has got the opening bucket to start the second half for the Bucks.
You know, the Blazers last season made that trade for Jerry Rose, adding defense and toughness at that forward position. And he was big for them now. His defensive energy is effective.
And it's sent back by Oden. Trailblazers leading by 6. Aldridge kicks to Roy, and it's blocked. And here comes Jennings. 11 points in the game. Steve going back to the addition of Wallace to the Blazers. Clark just talked about it. They are stacked on the wings.
Yeah, they are really deep at shooting guard and small forward. And I thought Wallace really helped their team. The key for them is getting healthy and getting more shooting to surround LaMarcus Aldridge in that front court.
You know, for a guy like him who can light it up like that, that's too easy.
Man, that's too bad. The easy shot there, and he got to knock that one down.
Well, that's a concentration cramp right there. I mean, just lost focus. You know, he's not going to make a mistake when he gets in tight. That's a good hoop there.
Timeout called the Bucks.
Not a great year for the Bucks, and as they were eliminated from playoff contention, Jennings let his unhappiness with that and with the roster turnover be known. He was pretty adamant and demonstrative about it.
There you go, Rosebud. One more time. Give it up for your Blazer dancers.
Here is Jennings. And taken away by Roy.
Well, you can't make that kind of error.
You're right, because it will cost you. I mean, those kind of mistakes, those are losing plays.
Here's Jennings. It's a 5-point game. Touching back on that story about Jennings, he has a bit of a point. You still can't expect smooth sailing each year as a now third-year player. Steve, what do you think about that?
Well, you usually just have to work harder to get back to the playoffs, and I would think Jennings will do that. He was disappointing in his second season. His field goal percentage was way down, and he's got a lot of improvement to make individually, and he doesn't need to worry about what's going on with the roster around him.
He's picked up by Roy, and it's sent back by Oden. Trailblazers leading by 5. Left jumper, and Crawford gets it to go on the assist by Wallace. Wallace has got 4 assists now tonight. Here's Bogut, and a beautiful feed. To a monster jam.
Great assist there. Led him to the perfect spot.
And here are the Trailblazers. It's a 5-point game. They're broken it in no time.
efficient, taking a lot of good shots.
Bogut, that's good. And here comes Wallace. 11 points in the game. Now, here's Roy. He kicks it to Aldridge. Bogut on. And Aldridge gets it to go on the assist by Roy. Aldridge is at 13.
That's been nice, efficient work, guys, that he's been doing. I mean, we haven't seen him take many bad shots, and that's the sign of a mature, poised player. I can imagine they're going to hear an earful about this next stop. I mean, that's 3 straight field goals given up right in the middle of the lane. Inexcusable.
Defense starts at the rim. You want team shooting the ball from the outside, and that's not happening. They're just giving up everything inside. Well, injuries were such a major factor for this team a year ago. Coming off a season when they had made the playoffs and had high hopes, it was a very disappointing campaign for the Bucks.
So for the Trailblazers, Marcus Camby, he's checked in for Odin. Matthews comes in for Gerald Wallace. And it's Felton in for Jamal Crawford. And then for Milwaukee, Mbah a Moute's checked in for Red. And Chris Douglas-Roberts subbed in for Steven Jackson. Camby against Douglas-Roberts. There's the dish to Mbah a Moute. Clock at 6. Douglas-Roberts. And Andrew Bogut, the bucket on the assist by Douglas-Roberts. 10 points for Bogut. Steve was talking about the injuries and some of the guys they missed with Bogut, Maggette, and Salmon's all missing time.
Yeah, and Mbah a Moute, too. I mean, he's been a solid player, but he had some downtime with injuries. I mean, that's a lot of scoring and defense from guys we named, and the Bucks really missed them. You've got to be healthy, and you've got to have your key players healthy to try to be the best you can be, and that just wasn't the case for Milwaukee.
Taken away by Felton. Here's the break. It's stolen by Bogut. Tipped.
They find themselves in a pretty good-sized hole here, and it's mostly because of their sloppy play with the basketball.
Kind of strange. They can't seem to find a grip on the ball cart. They're just giving up a lot of easy plays.
He dishes it to Aldridge. Over Bogut. And Bogut sends it back. Bucks trail by 7. Some nice passing. Douglas-Roberts dishes to Bogut.
It's a tough pass to make there, guys. Right into the heart of the defense. Looks like they're going to hold on to the ball and go for the last shot.
Well, clearly this is the time to do it.
Yeah, you can tell they're getting frustrated defensively. All these three-pointers falling.
Yeah, Steve, they're ready to throw their hands up. You can see it. The frustration is very visible. I mean, when you spread the floor and shoot the three the way they've done here in the second half, it's really hard to defend.
Just 3 on the clock. And there's Jennings. That's good on the assist by Douglas-Roberts. Douglas-Roberts has got his 4th assist in this one. Gets it off. Shot is no good. And that does it for the 3rd quarter. Both teams clicking offensively as we approach the 4th quarter. Brandon Roy really has his fingerprints all over this one.
Yeah, we have, Kevin, and that's exactly what this team needed from him. He's been terrific.
And you know what, Steve? A double-double in 3 quarters of play, guys, I mean, that's nothing to complain about.
Back in a moment, live from Portland. we're still getting underway here in the fourth. Let's go down to Doris Burke, who has our Sprite Spark of the Game report. Doris?
Hey, Kevin, it's the Trailblazers picking up the Sprite Spark for that stretch they put together. The changing point in this game was when they got hot in the third quarter and opened things up. They'll look to keep that level of play as we head into the final period.
Thanks, Doris. Clark, it was a scoring run that proved extremely important.
Yeah, Kevin, you know what? I think that's exactly when they grabbed this one by the really seized control of it.
And you could see their energy just building as the game went on. And by the end of that run, they really took control of everything.
All right, now a chance to set the floor, courtesy of Gatorade. Fourth quarter action, all fueled up and ready to go. And Milwaukee looking at who they've got. Jennings out there with Steven Jackson. Then it's Ilyasova, and it's Michael Redd, and it's Delfino in at the three. The turnaround, shot's good from Oden. Oden's got the fourth quarter going with the first basket of the period here for the Trailblazers. Bucks trail by 8. Jennings passes to Redd. Launches it. That falls. Great assist by Brandon Jennings. Jennings has got assist number 5 here tonight. And here's Button from the arc. Good. And the Trailblazers lead by 8.
And they answer right back with that three.
It's a good old shootout. The fans are enjoying this show.
Jackson against Crawford. And Ilyasova gets to Delfino. And again, Milwaukee with the triple.
Come on now, you got to pay better attention than that on a shooter like him. We'll make that 10 times out of 10.
From past the arc. That's good from Wallace on the assist by Oden. Wallace has got 9 points here in the second half. Now a timeout called by Milwaukee.
You know, the story with Milwaukee last year was a team that just struggled to score the ball, Kevin. I mean, nobody was able to consistently put it in the basket for them.
So for the Trailblazers, LaMarcus Aldridge is checked in for Camden, and it's Roy in for Raymond Felton. The Bucks also changing it up. Andrew Bogut checked in for Ilyasova. Gooden comes in for Carlos Delfino. And Earl Boykins is subbed in for Brandon Jennings. Let's find out what Doris Burke has for us.
I got a chance to hear what Scott has said to his team. It didn't take long to figure out he was angry, saying to the team, "You can't expect to win turning the ball over as often as we are. It's not going to happen, guys, unless you start using your heads out there."
Thanks a lot, Doris. And here are the Bucks now. Brandon Roy making his last shot. Walls dishes to Roy. Guarded by Redd. Redd with the steal.
He has not done a good job taking care of the ball here tonight. 4 turnovers for him.
Trailblazers leading by 10. And Clark on that note, only 6 Bucks in double-digit scoring averages last year. With Jennings, with the fleet-footed Jennings, topping the list at 16.
No, it's just the fact that the top scorer was only at 16 a game.
Yeah, and Jennings was shooting about 40%, so that's part of the problem. He takes a lot of shots. He doesn't always make them. So usually you need your top scorers to be high percentage shooters. It allows you to get back defensively, and it allows you to really be able to count on somebody night after night.
Guys, some great passing from him.
Yeah, it makes it tough for the defense to chase that ball around when it moves that crisply all over the court.
Yeah, it sure does, Clark. And look at the assist totals. They're piling up. I mean, this has been a nice game execution-wise for this club.
Deflected. Stolen by Jackson. They'll get the pass to Jackson. And it's rejected. And here are the Trailblazers. Roy up on top, guarded by Red. Aldridge backing in. Baseline Jerry. The shot's good. Roy making the play. 18 points for Aldridge.
Boy, excellent vision, sharing the pumpkin leads to another basket.
And you look at that differential, guys, the points off assists are definitely in their favor.
Timeout called the Bucks. Marcus Camby, he's checked in for Portland. And is with you now also for Milwaukee. Brandon Jennings, he's checked in for Earl Boykins. Here's Red. He's picked up by Roy. And it's Red that time on an assist from Brandon Jennings. Jennings has got 6 assists in the game.
You've got to keep everybody on the same page. They need to get their heads together. That's the goal.
We've got 1:55 left in the fourth quarter.
That's his first turnover of the game, so for the most part, he's run the offense pretty well.
There's one for 3, and another 3 for Milwaukee.
He's one of the few guys you don't mind seeing take the 3 in transition.
The feed to Aldridge. Working on good. That's blocked. Bucks trail by 5. Candy with the steal. Away with it. Passes to Aldridge. He's guarded by Jennings. And that one's good by Aldridge.
Another turnover. The leading to a bucket.
They've made the most of all these chances they've gotten from turnovers. It's really fueling their offense right now.
Outside Jennings. And another 3 for Milwaukee.
Both of these teams have really stepped it up offensively.
You know what, Steve? They haven't missed a chance, and I think both teams really know what's at stake on every possession here.
Wallace outside. From outside the arc. That ball. Good assist by Brandon Moore. And the Trailblazers lead by 7. Timeout call the Bucks. They're losing by 7. 58 seconds left in the game. 58 seconds left in the fourth. Here's Jackson. It's good. Oh, and that cuts the lead to just 5.
Guys, he's really shot the ball well. It's definitely not his fault they find themselves trailing in this one.
A nice shot by Ward.
They're looking good here, adding to this lead.
Yeah, you know, time winding down here, the score and the clock clearly in their favor.
And it's Milwaukee's ball. They trail by 7. Michael Red on the wing. It falls! And now they trail by just 4.
Tell you what, he's draining the 3 ball at will, guys.
Yeah, he is, and they've got to find a way to get out there on it.
2 points here might be all the cushion they need.
Now, you'd think so. I mean, this game is theirs for the taking.
Baseline try, and that's collected by Bogut.
Time running low here. They need a hood.
Yeah, score quickly and then foul him right away.
Sinks that first one, and that trims the lead to 3. And the Trailblazers making a change. Felton's checked in. Both shots good from the strike.
Huge free throws right there to trim the lead. That was just what was needed.
And an intentional foul there stops the clock.
They didn't have much choice but to foul. Unfortunately, this is the last guy you want to send to the free throw line.
Yeah, I agree with you, Steve. I mean, they stopped the clock, but these free throws are pretty much automatic. Well, he's unblockable. Only nets his free throws, and it's a 2-possession ball game.
Timeout called the Bucks. They're trailing by 4. 19 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Here's Red. On deep. Jennings can't get it to go.
It's like he's just trying to showcase his range, but he could probably get a better shot in that possession.
Yeah, he sure could. It doesn't do you any good if you miss it from that deep.
A good foul. You've got to stop the clock in this situation.
Exactly, Steve. I mean, the clock is their biggest ally right now. They need as much time as they can.
Gets the first. That puts them up by 5. 2 for 2, and it's a 6-point ball game.
And that'll do it, Kevin. Those last free throws were the icing on the cake.
He goes up. Yes!
Hey, look, they were in full attack mode there.
I agree with you, Steve. I mean, they got right after it.
Foul timeout called by Portland. They're ahead by 4. 6 seconds left in the fourth quarter of this one. Here's Felton. And now an intentional foul. They need the ball back as soon as possible. Good on the first, and that puts them up by 5. And he can't convert on the second. That misses. Lets it fly. It's good. Those are the big win by Portland in a tight game. Well, they don't get much more exciting than that, Clark.
They sure don't. And when it was gut check time, this team kept their composure, kept their emotions in check, and got it done.
Thank you for joining us for this presentation of the NBA on 2K Sports. For Clark, Steve, and Doris, and the rest of the crew, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for joining us, and we'll see you next time. Last but not least, here is your Jordan Player of the Game, Brandon Roy.
that'll do it for now. This is Andre Kenshin, and we'll see you later here at the Madison Square Garden, New York City, as the Knicks host the Denver Nuggets. We got Kenya Morton take on Carmelo Anthony. Once again, this is Andre Kenshin. We're heading to Madison Square Garden for the second matchup. Features the Nuggets and the Knicks. As the Blazers hold off, beat the Bucks in the 2-point victory, 9-6 to 9-4. I'm Andre Kenshin. Say something before then. We'll now see you later for the second game. It's the Madison Square Garden for the Nuggets and the Knicks. Sign up and peace out. Goodbye.